Hello and welcome to another weekly update. Hope everyone is doing okay, staying safe, staying well, finding plenty to do. Certainly pretty busy from my side of things. That's interesting. Some interesting things to talk about this week. First real big one is Microsoft Build. So Microsoft Build 2020 is going to be online only. And actually what that means is it's going to be cut free and virtual to attend. So it's going to be open to everyone. So it's a developer focused conference. It's Microsoft's big developer focused conference. It's going to be a little bit different this year. I think that's definitely true. They are really focusing on how to make that a good experience. They want it to be more than just a straight live stream. There's lots and lots of things going on in the lead up to then. You need to go through a registration, but the registration is free. So I think it's really, really interesting. I think it's good to see how Microsoft have retooled themselves, how they've reacted to the current climate. It would have been easy for them just to cancel the conference, I think. But they're choosing to double down and really use some of the technology that they built. And I've seen firsthand from my work at Ignite last year how dedicated the video teams inside Microsoft are, the production crews and all the people on the side of the fence around the live stream and the closed captioning and all that side of things as well. It's really, really cool. So I think it's going to be a really exciting event. I'm really looking forward to it, actually. I'm definitely looking forward to all the content, but I think it's going to be a community thing as well. So I think it's going to be really, really good. So registration for that is now open, so I would encourage you to go and register for that. If you've never been to Build before because you've been put off by the travel or the cost, this is a great time to dip your toe into what Build is and benefit from some of that amazing content that does get released in previous builds. The content always does end up getting released, but there's something about hearing it for the first time live, hearing it in the moment, talking about it with everyone, and reacting to it in real time. That's really, really cool. Okay, I want to call out a project that I have mentioned in passing before, but I'm kind of calling it out again, and that is PresenceLight for Microsoft Teams. So if you remember this, I did a Skype for Business version of this called Skew that allows you to set your presence, the colour of your Philips Hue lights with your Skype for Business presence. I always wanted to do this for Microsoft Teams, and as soon as the APIs came out, there were lots of, I kind of thought, yeah, I should do this, and just have not had the time. There's just been so much going on. I've been so busy that I just haven't been able to find the time. And it's kind of been annoying me because I know it's been on the list of things I really wanted to do and see happen. Really, really pleased. Somebody else has done this. So Isaac Levin, he's a senior PMM at Microsoft. It's really, really cool. He's done this and it's all open source. You can go and look at it. It does exactly the same thing that Skew did for Skype for Business, but it does it for Teams. So I would go and have a look at that, and please stop asking me when I'm going to do Skew for Microsoft Teams because I'm not now. There's no need. Isaac's done an amazing job, so you can go and take his code and run with it. So that's very good to see. Okay, so a bit of a long form read as well for you. This is from Mary Jo Foley, and it's kind of information from Microsoft about how they're managing this increased cloud demand. So we've probably all seen places where, for the most part, Azure, Office 365, Teams, Visual Studio, GitHub, all those places have mostly stayed up and running. There have been some challenges at the edges. There have been some changes to things, and there's some good detail in this blog post actually about the things that they're doing and the challenges that they're having, because the challenges are interesting because Microsoft are continually adding capacity, but actually what does that mean in a pandemic place? Because obviously they're still reliant on suppliers and they're still reliant on hardware at the end of the day and metal and bits and bobs of computers, and actually they have their own custom builds for things. So how does that mean? How does that work? What are the supply chain issues? So that was kind of interesting to go through and just understand the challenges they're facing, because it's easy to kind of knock Microsoft for, when stuff goes offline, or you can't do the thing because they've decided to kind of make some throttling changes at that point, and now you can't add a new thing or add a new subscription or whatever else it is that they're doing. So I thought that was interesting. So I put that blog post in there so you can read it if you wish. And finally, there's a monthly roundup of all the things that are new in Microsoft Teams this month. And so I put this in here because actually there are some things in here for developers I'll come on to in a minute. But actually right now everybody's using Teams. If you're watching this, it doesn't matter if you're a developer who does develop on Teams, but actually you don't really care about the IT side of things. Actually everyone cares right now because everybody is using Teams for meetings and to communicate with the rest of their company and their team day in, day out. What's been the really good thing for me is that looking down the list of features that are out now in April, they are exclusively focused in on the experience of the meeting, the experience of the call for people that are working remotely, working at home. So what I mean by that is there is nothing in here about meeting rooms, there is nothing in here about handsets. Those things, they are important, but right now everybody is at home trying to make it work at home. So things that have happened, so increasing the number of simultaneous videos that you can see in a meeting, the raise hand feature, the work done into background effects, these are all things, the increase of live limit, these are all things that are really useful right now. And so it's really good to see Microsoft prioritizing new features based on the current situation. So new things for developers that are worth taking note of. So there's some additional triggers in Power Automate. So it used to be Flow. So additional things that you can do in Power Automate with Teams. So one of those is when somebody new joins the team, and then another one is it's a custom message with a message action. Sorry, it's a custom trigger for a selected message. So I still need to dig into this to understand exactly what it is. It sounds like you can specify some parameters around what happens if somebody says a specific thing or sends a specific type of message. You can react to that. So that's what I want to look at. That's quite interesting to me. The other big thing for developers is around compliance partner solutions. So kind of for developers, kind of not. But there's a method of opting in to building a compliance recording solution for Microsoft Teams, and there are some certified compliance recording integrations. So there are a number of different companies, Microsoft partners, who are doing this and who have this ready to go. So details of that are in that blog post as well. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's interesting to see that happening, that kind of compliance recording stuff. I've talked about it last year as part of the Ignite stuff. I talked to Andrew Bybee, who is the general PM, I want to say. I hope I got his name. I hope I got that right. For all of this stuff and for Teams and the kind of software side of things and the partner integrations. So that's kind of really interesting to kind of see that come to fruition, because when I talked to him it was still kind of coming and still being worked on. So it's really good to see that's now out and available. There's also new things in here for education and for government as well. So this roll-up blog post is a really good one. These monthly roll-up blog posts are really good to just catch up on everything that's happening. Okay, that's everything from me. Whatever it is you're doing this weekend, stay safe, stay well, and I'll speak to you again next time.